Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Shotara Shri Srimad Bhajana Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Beauty Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Shotara Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giraj Govardhan Ki Jai All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories. Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, Verse number 13. Asan varnastrayo hi asya grinato nyuyugam tanu shuklo raktas tatha pita idanim krishna tam gata. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. कल पढ़ लिया उधर तो 13 बोला था, 13 हो गया क्या? ठीक है 14 दोनों पढ़ लेता हूँ. Your son Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed 3 different colors, white, red and yellow. And now he has appeared in a blackish color. In another Dwapar Yuga, he appeared as Lord Ramachandra in the color of Shuka, a parrot. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna. Idam Krishnatam Gatha. Okay. Partially explaining the position of Lord Krishna and partially covering the facts, Garga Muni indicated, your son is a great personality and he can change the color of his body in different ages. The word Grinatha indicates that Krishna is free to make his choice. In other words, he is the supreme personality of Godhead and may therefore do whatever he desires. In Vedic literature, the different colors assume that personality of Godhead in different millenniums as stated. And therefore, when Garga Muni said, your son has assumed these colors, he indirectly said, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Because of Kamsa's atrocities, Garga Muni tried to avoid disclosing this fact. But he indirectly informed Nanda Maharaj that Krishna, his son, was the supreme personality of Godhead. It may be noted that Srila Jiva Goswami in his book Krama Sandarbha has enunciated the purport of this verse. In every millennium, Krishna appears in a different form, either as white, red or yellow. But this time he personally appeared in his original blackish form and, as predicted by Garga Muni, exhibited the power of Narayana. Because in this form the Supreme Personality of Godhead exhibits himself fully. His name is Sri Krishna, the all-attractive. Factually, Krishna is the source of all avatars, and therefore all the different features of different avatars are present in Krishna. When Krishna incarnates, all the features of other incarnations are already present within him. Other incarnations are partial representations of Krishna, who is the full-fledged incarnation of the Supreme Being. It is to be understood the Supreme Being, whether appearing as Shukla, Rakta or Pita, white, red or yellow, is the same person. When he appears in different incarnations, he appears in different colors, just like the sunshine, which contains 7 colors. Sometimes the colors of sunshine are represented separately. Otherwise, the sunshine is observed mainly as bright light. The different avatars, such as the Manvantara avatars, Leela avatars and Dasha avatars, are all included in Krishna avatar. When Krishna appears, all the avatars appear with him, as described in Srimad Bhagvatam 1.3.26. Avatara hi asankhya Hare sattva nidher dvija yatha vidashina kulya sarasah shiv sahasrashah. The avatars incessantly appear like incessantly flowing water. No one can count how many waves there are in flowing water. And similarly, there is no limitation of the avatars. And Krishna is the full representation of all avatars because he is the source of all avatars. Krishna is Amshi, whereas others are Amsha, part of Krishna. All living entities, including us, are Amshas. Mamaiva so jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. These Amshas are different magnitude. Human beings who are minute Amshas and the demigods, Vishnu Tattva and all other beings are all part of the Supreme. Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitananam, Katha Upanishad 2.2.13. Krishna is the full representation of all living entities, and when Krishna is present, all avatars are included in him. The 11th canto of Srimad Bhagvatam describes the incarnations for each yuga in chronological order. The Bhagavatam says, Krite Shukla Chatur Bahu Tretayam Rakto Varnasha Dwapare Bhagavan Shama and Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam. We actually see that in Kali Yuga, Bhagavan has appeared as in Pita Varna or a yellow color as Gaura Sundar. Although the Bhagavatam speaks of Krishna Varnam. To adjust all these statements, one should understand that although in some yugas some of the colors are prominent, in every yuga, whenever Krishna appears, all the colors are present. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishna. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears without Krishna or a blackish color, he is understood to be Krishna himself. Idanim Krishnatam Gata. The same original Krishna who appears in different varnas has now appeared. The word asan indicates that he is always present. Whenever the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears in his full feature, he is understood to be Krishna Varnam, although he appears in different colors. Prahlad Maharaj states that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Channa, that is, although he is Krishna, he is covered by a yellow color. Thus, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas accept the conclusion that although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Pita color, he is Krishna. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajne Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Hi Sumedasa Bhagvatam 11.5.32 verse number 14. Pragayam Vasudevasya Kvachit Jatas Tavat Maja Vasudeva iti Shriman Abhigna Samprakakshate. For many reasons, this beautiful son of yours sometimes appeared previously as son of Vasudev. Therefore, those who are learned sometimes call this child Vasudeva. Garga Muni indirectly disclosed this child was originally born as the son of Vasudeva. Although he is acting as your child, generally he is your child, but sometimes he is the son of Vasudeva. Om Ajnanatimirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantika Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulanghati Girim Yat Kipata Mande Shri Guru Dinatana Vanchakalpata Vishakapasinda Japatita Nama Pavanim Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. So, by Mahaprabhu's mercy, yes, this verse where Prabhupada is mentioning so much is evident that we have received the great fortune of celebrating the appearance of the Supreme Absolute Truth and not the Krishna avatar which shows up every other Dwapar Yuga. And that's why it is Srila Prabhupada's mercy and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Maharaj was mentioning that the Panchatattva broke the storehouse of love and distributed all over the world. And this is a fact. Why? Srila Prabhupada as the Senapati Bhakta proved that fact that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes, he is no other than the Absolute Truth. He is not some God. He is not just Vishnu Tattva. He is Krishna the Avatari. He is Amsha, Etacha Amsha Kalapumsa, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. He is Bhagwan Swayam. Yes. And these facts were disclosed by Mahaprabhu's immediate disciples, who are the Shad Goswamis of Vrindavan. Yes, Jiva Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. They all accept that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, and they accept Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of God. Like Prabhupada is mentioning that Prahlad Maharaj also mentions that he comes as Channa avatar. So, one time there was a discussion and Maharaj was mentioning that it's like people can say whatever they want, like other sampradayas or even the sahajas, they might say that no, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not, he's just a saint. Not even sahajas. Sahajas accept him as Krishna, but at least they are that pious. But maybe others, like Haldar Maharaj was mentioning, that Mahaprabhu is seen as a saint. Yes. But Srila Prabhupada made sure that he is worshipped on the altar as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's like my relatives and I usually when we go to Mayapur, one of them is very common. It's like my sister's mother, So she usually comes. And then we had visited Mayapur like 3 times. And this was the 4th time we have been there. And my cousin was also there, the one who's staying with me. So she was also present, and we were staying for like 18 days in Mayapur. It was during COVID, so we could stay so long and doing work in the evening and something like that. And And then I was discussing something with her, and then we were discussing Bhagavad Gita, and I was telling her that, this is what it means. She took a Bhagavad Gita and she was reading it. And then we were just going through some part of it. And then I was explaining, my mom was there, and then she was there, and my mommy was also there. And then after the whole explanation, it was 5 days into Mayapur or 10 days into Mayapur. And then on the 11th day, this has been after 4 years. Every year you're going to Mayapur, almost. And then she's like, oh, those 5 people on the altar, the raised arms. He's Krishna? Yes, sir. And I was like, what have you been doing? Since the 4 years we've been coming. No, I thought he's just a saint. But no, he's Krishna, he's original Krishna, he's Supreme Personality of Godhead. Oh, he's Krishna. Oh, he doesn't look like Krishna. He doesn't seem like Krishna. He's not black. And then she was given but it took her 4 times. And it required her to sit because her daughter was sitting, that's why she sat. And because of her affection for her daughter, maybe she was listening. And then somehow it stuck. But it's like, it's only by mercy you can understand that. And Raghav Pandit Prabhu and I were talking that day. And I was telling him that this is so weird. That, it's by mercy of the Lord you can understand that He is Lord. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And I'm like, it's shocking. How can you do this? And then we were discussing. And then what he mentioned that, only the Gaudiyas, only if you are in a Gaudiya, then only you will understand that Mahaprabhu is Krishna. Otherwise it's not possible. There may be, obviously, there might be people here and there, great devotees who are in their, they have given their roles. But it is said, Mahaprabhu, before Kali Yuga starts, they all have a meeting in Navadvip. It is given in Navadvip Mahatmya, Maharaj was explaining, that all these acharyas, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Nimbakacharya, all of them come. They all appear in front of Mahaprabhu. And then Mahaprabhu tells, you take this philosophy, you take this philosophy, you take this philosophy, and propound this philosophy. Like Dvaita, Shuddha Advaita, Vishishta Advaita. All of these philosophies, Mahaprabhu gives them that you go and propagate. Because why? Because I will come after that. I will come and unify all of them. Why? Because Kali Yuga starts and then you have Buddhism and all of that, right? So Mahaprabhu, all of these acharyas are already approached, They approach Mahaprabhu, what is the order, So we can understand what's going on. That's the beauty of the world, It's like, for example, we are sitting all over here. The thing is that, as somebody sitting online, somebody is hearing it after, 10 hours. Or maybe they are not even listening. But the thing is that, whether they are listening or not listening, things go on. Yes. Yes. It's like outside they are doing some seva, right? Right now maybe they have come early in the morning, right? 5:30 or something. And they are doing seva outside to beat the sun. But what was I doing at 5:30? I was taking a bath maybe, But things go on. I don't know what's going on out there. And then we will say that, all the acharyas going and having a meeting, in Navadvip. That's not possible. But we don't know what's going on out there. I don't even know what they're doing outside right now. So how can, with my tiny brain, Prabhupada says, teeny brain, how can you understand God? He's beyond our limits. But then we'll speculate. And then Maharaj was explaining, that, so this discussion was going on, and then he was saying that, our acharyas are okay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Madhva Sampradaya. So we are okay. Whether they accept us or not, who cares? God has accepted, right? God has accepted. So who cares what they say? We have our own line, we have our own thing, and we know we have the thing. So then we'll be okay with whatever we have. And that's why Prabhupada and the Acharyas are so merciful. Why is it so important? Why Vyas Puja of Srila Prabhupada is important? It's one of these things. Prabhupada is unlimitedly great. There is no bounds to his mercy or compassion which he's shown to all of us. It's not only gratitude that we show on Vyas Puja, but it's so important that these purports, which Prabhupada is actually giving a purport for the 11th canto also. Yes, because 11th canto he didn't give direct purports, right? He left for his disciples to complete the Bhagavatam. And that's why it will come soon, because in the 13th chapter, right, Prabhupada finishes with Brahma's stealing the children, the Gopas, and then he leaves, and he gives the rest to his disciples to do. And that's why the question arises that why did Mahaprabhu not spread it all over the world? He is God himself. And Prabhupada replies, he left it for me. Only a pure devotee like him can actually do something like that. Otherwise, it's not possible. We have been running this temple, like I was here, been here 7 years, And yes, people come and go. For festivals, we have more than thousands of people coming over here. And 7 years, right? I've been coming to this temple at least, yes. But Prabhupada in 7 years, what did he do? It's unimaginable. Because he had this, maybe he had this, because he's a pure. No, the efforts he's taken, every single moment. I was reading a conversation day before yesterday somewhere. I was like, it's been a long time, I have not read a conversation. I was like, I just read it. And it was in Montreal somewhere. Prabhupada is talking to Janardhan. I don't know which Prabhupada disciple he is. And they're talking like which church and what church. And then they're talking so normally. You know what he's talking in that? It's like, he's saying, because anyways I'm giving class tomorrow, so we can take this verse again. But the thing is that he's talking and then he's saying, that church around that corner, that was for sale, right? What happened to that? And then Janardhan Prabhu, he's saying, I don't know if he was Maharaj, but then he's saying that, Prabhupada, I did not get time. It's been the whole week I've been doing so many things. I did not get time. And then it's like few blocks away. And Prabhupada said, no, get it done today. He just, And then he's like, Prabhupada, but what about that thing? No, it's very small. And then Prabhupada is mentioning that, there was another church. What about that? No, Janardhan Prabhu said, what about that church? Oh, there is one church over there. He's like, no, that's not that great. And then Prabhupada, you walk so much. I did not know, because it's very far. He's like, yeah, I went for the morning walk and I went over there. And it's like, how are you getting time to go that far for a morning walk when even I can't go and do some exercise out there? I'm giving some reasons that, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. There's a lot of seva. Like today we are doing decorations, we are doing this. So no, I won't do any exercise. But Prabhupada, what kind of it's like Superman is also not that busy. Even if they show whatever they show, presidents and everybody, they are busy. No, they are not busy. Prabhupada is busy. And handling a worldwide movement, you are handling a country. This is a movement for 10,000 years where you are exposing, Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and removing all doubts that none of the demigods, none of the Vishnu Tattvas are also coming close to what Krishna is. How can we imagine what this personality has done? What this personality has done? Not impossible. And then people will come and say that, we've given half knowledge. There is a pending. Gaur Govind Maharaj is one of his lectures. They're saying, no, Amol Leela Prabhu was saying in the lecture of Gaur Govind Maharaj's appreciation, he was saying that Gaur Govind Maharaj said that one of my duties in this world, is to establish that Prabhupada has given us everything. Prabhupada has given us everything. The Ritvik might complain about so many things. But if you see Gaur Govind Maharaj's life, that is a proof. That's the proof. That how can you say, these idiots, how can you say that there is not a pure devotee and we cannot rely on pure devotees? They are. Gaur Govind Maharaj himself. And then they will find out faults even in that personality. Where will they go? What will happen to them? They can celebrate so many ways. Yesterday Maharaj was mentioning in one of the classes, Radhanand Maharaj was saying that the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if you hear in Parampara, I was waiting, I tried, because this has always been a bewilderment point, that if you hear Krishna, the word Krishna, the Mahamantra, from the bona fide sampradaya, from a bona fide guru, then it is valid. Otherwise it is not valid. But in the other places, even the, Ajamil, or any other people, Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions, they are mentioning Ram, they'll be mentioning Hari somewhere, hurry up, but they are mentioning Hari. Even though the spelling is different, but they are calling out the Lord's name. So what about that? That also gives benefit. Their sins are gone. That is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying. So then, what is the difference between taking in bona fide sampradaya or not? Because Krishna sounds same. Hari in English and Hari in Vedas sound the same. And Maharaj is going on. And then he mentions the potency, the invested potency by the Lord is not there. Why it's not there? Because the Lord is a servant of the devotee, correct? I mean, that is not what he said. But he's like, the chit potency is with the devotees. And that's why there is power. The potency to go back home, back to God, to get Krishna prema is present. And that's why it works. The Mayavadis can chant how many ever rounds they want, but it won't give them Krishna prem. They won't go out of this material world. They will be stuck in Brahmajyoti and they'll come back, even if they chant Hare Krishna. And Maharaj was mentioning that. And hence, the Ritviks also, they might say, but they have not been ordered, they have not been ordered by Prabhupada to actually go and initiate on his behalf. They were not ordered. So it doesn't work. You don't have the name. You have some religious concept of Hare Krishna, which is good, fine. Even the Sahaja movement is so famous. Like Bhakti Sundar Maharaj was saying, there's one of the devotees, he's so famous. Yes, all over the world. He traveled all over the world. So, he's chanting, Radhe Krishna, names of the Lord. He is also famous. So what? You can be famous, you can do so many things, but not necessarily get the right thing. Yes, the Sahajas were prominent all over Bengal and everywhere, till Bhaktivinoda Thakur came. And that is a big gap, 250 years. They were prominent, so now that is the real thing? No, it's not. Shri Shri Radha Madhav Hari Ki Jai. It's not. So, it's so important that we first of all are in line of our acharyas and we listen from a proper source. And the acharyas give us so much that we can't even imagine. And that's why the conversation which Prabhupada was having, in that conversation was dated the day of the London devotees going to London, the London Yatra, starting of the London Yatra. Because this is the first time devotees are going to leave the continent of the USA, North America, to go something which even Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was only imagining that this will happen. He wanted to conquer London. He sent so many sannyasis, but that did not happen. And now, it is in 1968, 69 somewhere. 68? 68, yeah, Montreal. Yeah, 68 I think it was. And Prabhupada is having a discussion and he's trained for 2 months. 2 months. The sannyasis which were trained by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in strong sannyas, 64 rounds every single day, they were going, but they were not successful. And over here, these 3 families, 6 people and 6.5, right? Because Saraswati was also there. And probably you take nice care of her. She's a devotee. You take a nice care, telling Malti Mataji, Malti Prabhu. And then these 6 people are going to embark on something which the history has never seen. And Prabhupada has trained them how many months? 2 months. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur on the other hand is trained so many years. It's not that he's not great, obviously we know, because Prabhupada himself is his disciple. But the thing is that after so less time, 3 years into the movement, and Prabhupada is already sending them off for something which is unimaginable. He himself came to the United States, and started something. And now he's sending somebody who are so untrained. Prabhupada himself is desired dyingly for his Guru Maharaj. He has literally died 2 times having that heart attack. And he's reached over here. And now he's sending these disciples in a plane. Good enough journey, And now they are going to reach London, and do something which is never seen before in the whole creation. Yes, preaching to the Mlechas and Yavanas by Mlechas and Yavanas, externally speaking. 3 years into the movement, what can you do? 7 years into this time. No, we cannot. We just cannot imagine what these people have done and what Prabhupada's potency is. And that's why when we contemplate and think about the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada, it actually increases our faith, our attachment to him. That yes, who are these people who are coming today and becoming famous on YouTube, right? The other people who are giving big kathas. How can you even compare? It's not even there. Yes, they have their own thing, but we should not have in our hearts that, oh yeah, they are also great. And our founder, okay, yeah, he's also great. Then that's a problem in our heart. They have not understood Krishna consciousness. They have not understood Srila Prabhupada. And they will take a long time. It's better to be sinful and have faith in Srila Prabhupada rather than not have faith and do everything together. It's good to have both, obviously. But otherwise, if you don't have faith, you will not move forward. It's not possible. Srila Prabhupada should be the center, and he is the center. Yes, Prabhupada himself made sure that he will remain the center for 10,000 years. Right? Everywhere you look, every flyer you put, everywhere it is Srila Prabhupada's photo. Why? He wanted it that way. He wanted it that way. From that I remembered. I think the Radhashtami video should have Srila Prabhupada mentioned. But yes, he is everywhere. He has to be everywhere. There is no escape from that. And that's why the Vyas Puja is most important for us as, Prabhupada followers, for ISKCON. It is the utmost important day. Yes, it gets overshadowed by Janmashtami, but still we should be contemplating on his activities and what he has given us, something which is unimaginable for people like us to actually even think and desire that we would be eligible for something which is so esoteric. Yes, so esoteric that none of the other sampradayas have ever given. And Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada is giving to the whole world. It's there in his books. It's an open secret. Yes? It's like it's like Bhagavad Gita says, confidential knowledge of the Supreme, right? That is one of the chapters, the King of Knowledge. And I'm like, I was reading the first time when I read, I was like, Gopaniya? What is Gopaniya in that? I know that, but it is still confidential. It's an open secret. It is such a secret, it's such a big secret that even the philosophers are reading it, but still they are not able to get the secret. It's like if you see a treasure somewhere and you keep it in the open, everybody will know. They'll know the value, they'll know everything. But over here, it's an open secret. Every single person can read out that online. Like there are some churches you cannot go inside them. They are like only for members. You cannot go and even check what is inside. Yes. But over here, Prabhupada is giving the absolute truth, the knowledge of the absolute truth to everybody. And still, it's a secret. They're not able to understand. So we should be so grateful that this great thing which Prabhupada has given us is not to be taken lightly. At least in our heart we should be, faithful till that should be the desire to the Lord. For Janmashtami which is coming, that let me be totally surrendered unto Srila Prabhupada. Whether fallen or not fallen, it doesn't matter. But my life should be given for him only. If I have to give my life, it should be only for him. Not to somebody else. Not to your wife and children, not to anybody else. What is bogus? Is bogus anyways. That means we haven't understood what Prabhupada has given us. It is just on the religious platform. It is just external. It is just waving something in the hand and just getting publicity from all the people that, oh, I am so great. It does not matter, yeah. So we'll stop here today. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantara Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai. Thank you very much.